The Toronto Maple Leafs have had a less than favorable summer, but much of this was to be expected. Given the constraints preventing the Toronto Maple Leafs from extending contracts to Michael Bunting, Noel Acciari, Luke Schenn, Justin Hall, Alex Kerfoot, and Ryan O'Reilly, it was inevitable that their depth would suffer and a decline would loom over the upcoming season. While I'm not particularly fond of their summer maneuvers, I do appreciate that, excluding Reeves, all their signings are for one-year terms, allowing them to be discarded later in the season if they don't perform. Prior to prognosticating the lineup for opening night, I have another anticipation. The team will exhibit slight alterations a month from now. They're over the salary cap, and their defensive line is subpar, thus a trade of some sort is evidently on the horizon. However, for the time being, anticipated Toronto Maple Leafs opening night roster: Matthew Knies, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner. I envisage Knies claiming the top left wing position. At this moment, Bertuzzi can be relied upon to contribute more independently, and we've witnessed how Matthews and Marner have elevated the games of Hyman and Bunting, providing the Leafs with a star player for a modest salary. This level of value is greatly required, making it likely that Knies will have an opportunity to replicate this success. Bertuzzi, Tavares, Nylander. This constitutes a potent second line, which I believe will be immensely effective. Robertson, Domi, Jarnkrok. Assuming he's in good health, Nick Robertson deserves playing time due to possessing as much potential as any player outside of the core four. This line presents an intriguing composition, and although defensive struggles might arise, its offensive capabilities in sheltered minutes are expected to shine. Lafferty, Kampf, Reeves. Reeves and Lafferty will likely find themselves benched on numerous occasions, and while I advocate for Pontus Holmberg and Bobby McMahon to be given a chance, it appears unlikely, at least for the first game. Ensuring that Kampf serves as the fourth-line center without ascending to the third line is crucial, though this might be a personal desire rather than a feasible scenario. Defensive pairing 1. Riley Brody. At present, it's imperative to stick with what has proven effective, unless a Brody trade materializes, in which case this pairing might alter. McCabe, Liljegren. The allure of playing John Klingberg in this role might arise due to his substantial salary, but that would only exacerbate the situation, considering the performance thus far. Eventually, the organization must repose faith in Liljegren, who has consistently produced commendable results throughout his career. Giordano, Klingberg. One of these individuals should be contemplating retirement, while the other could benefit from AHL development. This partnership is subpar, yet if Giordano can recapture his form from just a year ago, the impact might not be too severe. This defensive lineup lacks physicality, upside, high-end skill, unequivocally constituting the team's weakest link.